I'm Super Jake Jose Cat, and today I'm doing a review on some Piggy clay characters that I made from clay. And this is only part one. I will be making all of them. So first I have redesigned Mr. P. So there is him and what he's gonna look like in the game. And then here's my clay figure of him. There's the comparison. Then there's a flower at the top. And I gave him a stick. There aren't really any pictures at the back, so I don't know if there are any details here or thing. If there is, I might have to add them on. And then he has eyebrow there, and you can't really see the other one because it would be covered up by this thing. And next is going to be Piggy's old design because the redesign hasn't come out yet. I just need to find her weapon. Found it. Because some of these characters have removable weapons. And I've put all the ones, so some of them are out already, but the ones that aren't I've wrapped in here so they don't get damaged. So there's Piggy in the game. Here's my Piggy. This is actually the first one I made, and I made a few. I think I started in around September or October, or maybe November, I can't remember. And the bat's removable. I realised this after making it. I made this so the head is tilted to the wrong side. It should be the opposite side. And then here's the back, and it has like the darker detail at the bottom of the dress. Oh. Her arms actually break off a lot because they're quite thin, which is quite annoying. And then here's the scaling next to Mr. P. Most of them are scaled to each other. I try to make as many as possible to scale. So next is, have to get another one out. I'll just put that to the side to avoid any spoilers. Next is Penny Piggy, so non-infected Piggy. This is her in the game. And then this is my clay version of her. And then there's the comparison to infected one. I think my infected one came out better though. And she doesn't have a darker detail at the bottom of the dress because only infected ones have that. Then next. Okay, so next one is getting from another box that says fragile all over it. George Piggy, book 1 version. Here's a comparison. There's the back, and I gave him his eyebrows too. And he also has his dinosaur toy. I also wanted to make the robot, but I couldn't find a good image of it. So I did the dinosaur one, and then this George Piggy missing poster that I drew. And then there should be something else for him too, which I had forgotten about, which is, if I can find it. The apple you give him for him to eat and plant and build motors like. And then you can go knock out Piggy. Just give him a bat. Okay. Next is more George. Book 2 George. Here's my version, and then there's it in the game. There's the back. And then here's the comparison between my normal George clay figure and my Book 2 George clay figure. I think I personally prefer the Book 2 one. It's just the same thing, just with a hat and a jacket. I think this is also going to be George's new design, in both books soon. Then next up is another one who's in here. Bunny. That was Bunny in the game. Here's my Bunny. With the crossbow. There's the back, and head is removable. And I also made infected Bunny's head, which maybe I can get an image of that here. This is the comparison of infected Bunny right there. You can't really see it in that picture, but there are actually red scratches on the eye. And then I also gave her carrot, because she eats a carrot to knock out Piggy. Next is Doggy. Sorry about that. There's Doggy in the game. Here's my Doggy. I made non-infected Doggy. I haven't made an infected head yet, but I have got a removable head for him, so when I do that. And then he also has the bone weapon that non-infected Doggy has that just fits in his hand, and also the axe that's in that picture. Well, that's quite long. So it can go like that too. But that's only for infected Doggy. It doesn't really make sense with no Doggy. Actually, I should start closing some of these tabs. Okay, now next is Foxy. The redesign of Foxy. I will be making the old design and the alternative options, but I did the redesign that won the vote, which is also my favourite one, which is the one with the hoodie, which is number 1. Is the comparison? Oh, he has a removable head too, because I also made him a non-infected head. I actually prefer Foxy with the non-infected head for some reason. Okay, who's next? Clowny. So that's Clowny in the game. And here's my Clowny. It was a lot of fun making the hair, and he has the collar buttons. And the annoying thing is, when I was painting him, I accidentally got some paint there, and I tried rubbing it off. I ended up smudging it, which is unfortunate. Then I made his hammer as well, and I actually used multiple pictures to get the spots in the exact place they are in the game. Unfortunately, he can't properly hold it. And then I also made him a non-infected head. So next, nearly at the end. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Original design for Cyborg Mr. P. He was actually the second one I made, right after Piggy. There's him in the game. Here's mine. And he doesn't actually have, he's actually a bit inaccurate because he doesn't have like the gaps in between there because I didn't have a paint pen like that. He has an eyebrow there, I forgot to put the one there. It's his gun, which has a red dot there. And then there's Cyborg, old design of Cyborg Mr. P. He is actually a bit smaller than this Mr. P, who is actually the last one I made. Next is nearly at the end of this video. Third one I made. Which was, I've got this figure out. Just be a second. Okay, so the next character is Mousie's redesign, the red one. And then there's that character in the game. And it also has the bow. Head came off. That's not because I have made a non-infected version, but robot legs can come off. Arms can move up. This arm's a bit weird though because it's kind of broken. Then there's a hole at the back of the head to make crawling Mousie. Because in More she was crawling because she didn't have any legs. It's quite hard to get the head in the right position, but that is crawling Mousie. Then next is second last one. Dino Piggy. Right there. Here is Dino Piggy. And the reason there's some darker green there is because when I was painting him, the paint got a bit thick, so when it dried it got quite black there, and I tried to undo it, but it didn't come out very good. And then there's the tail at the back. Now, the last figure that I have made so far is Willow. When I originally made Willow, which was the third character I ever made, there weren't many pictures of her, so there are a few inaccuracies. Like there should be 2 more spikes at the top. This hood thing should go further down. Then here's the back. And I made it so her arm can move up to shoot. And so you can also move it up, and I think it's about to fall off. Great. So this is going to be the end of today's video. So trying to give everyone their head back on. This is going to be the end of today's video. Hope you liked this video.